Hi, my name is Bridget Jourdan, and this is journal number 1 for week number 4, class HWE340, instructor Sandra Rebior. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce your name, ma'am. Sorry. Anyways, I'm going to tell you what my muscles, my respiratory system, cardiovascular system, and basically the neuromuscular system worked when I was at rest and when I was active. Paying attention to what my systems were feeling or behaving was new to me. During the 5-minute rest period, I had to ensure I was conscious of what the respiratory, cardiovascular, and neuromuscular systems were feeling. My breathing rate was calculated utilizing a timer and counting each breath I took in and out. During my resting time, I had 12 breaths per minute. My heart rate was 60 beats per minute. I believe it increased from the normal resting rate I normally have due to myself getting up to restart my computer and relook at Chapter 10, Table 1 for the information on how to calculate my breathing rate and my heart rate. Usually, my resting heart rate is around 55 beats per minute. My muscular contraction was very little during resting time. The only times my muscles contracted was at the beginning of the rest period when I cracked my toes. Sometimes I had a little bit of contractions in my muscles, not too much, but it's because there was construction going on outside of my house, and I would hear people, either not yelling at each other, speaking to each other very loudly, or booms, or et cetera, et cetera. Next, I completed the following activities. I jogged in place for 3 minutes, and then I completed as many push-ups I could in 3 minutes. However, I only lasted 2 minutes of push-ups, and I lost count of how many I did. And the reason why I only lasted for 2 minutes is because I just don't have strong upper body strength. The exercises were completed utilizing all of the major muscular groups: the pectoralis, abdominal muscles, gluteus, quads, biceps, triceps, hamstrings, obliques, deltoids, and the gastrocnemius, otherwise known as the calf muscles. Each of these muscle groups were reactive by contracting and relaxing and shortening and lengthening every time I would do an activity. The increase of acute response up to the cardiovascular, respiratory, and neuromuscular systems increased. I started with a jog, and at about 1 minute, I had to open my mouth to start breathing. I could feel my muscles and my lungs warm up as I completed more of my motions, and I started increasing my jog speed, and then I started doing a few jumping jacks every few steps I took throughout my jog. My breathing stayed steady after 1 minute for the remaining 2 minutes. My muscles felt good, and of course, they contracted every time I lifted my legs and did a few jumping jacks. With the push-ups, my heart rate did rise because push-ups are harder for me, but I noticed my breathing did lower. This is due to push-ups not being an aerobic exercise. That's the reason why the breathing head went down a little bit. My heart rate was taken after the exercises, and it was approximately 75 beats per minute. My breathing rate climbed to 32 breaths per minute, and my neuromuscular contractions were increased in all systems that are focused on because the heart pumps more blood and the lungs need more oxygen to push the muscles. Every jog and push-up made the muscles contract higher because force was needed, and I needed them to be contracted so I can complete the motion of each of the exercise. The chronic adaptations to each of these systems with long-term exercise would be at a lower heart rate and more steady breathing patterns. My muscles would start to get stronger, and I would be able to perform the jogging longer or able to complete more push-ups as I continue to do these exercises. That is it for myself. I'll go ahead and save my notes and my references to my Word document and then turn them in. Thank you. Have a good day.